everyone, it's James Chamberlain, and today I've got what I'm sure will be a really helpful video for you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about whether or not it is worth it to run a business in RoVille. I'll also be going over how to get a business started, how much a business pays versus a job in this game. Spoiler alert, there is quite a large difference there, and I'll be going over how to keep your business thriving and how to just keep it running. Anyway guys, I don't believe there's much more to say, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to businesses in this game is how to actually get your business going and how to get started. And I will go ahead and let you guys in on it right now. It is absolutely worth it to run a business in this game. Again, taking a look over here, we're definitely doing quite well. I've got 1.6 million over here on this checker, and I've also made 314,000 over on this guy. Alright guys, so I've just gone ahead and rejoined the game and loaded a house that does not have a business anywhere on the property so that I can go ahead and show you guys what a starter business will look like and how to set one up. So first of all, of course, you want to go into build mode, and from here you just want to start by building a business. We're going to use this fine little location right over here as a place to put our starter business. So this is shabby looking, I'll admit that, but this is where I'm going to get a business started here, and I'm going to put a little starter business in here, and I'm going to walk you guys through what you want to do to get your business started. Now, unfortunately, in order to run a business in RoVille, you do need a business license, which is going to run you either 349 Robux or I think it's 50,000 in-game cash. I definitely recommend buying it with 50,000 in-game cash rather than wasting your Robux. Now, once you've got the funding to where you can buy the business license, you can either do that by going into the store and buying it here with Robux, or if you go into build mode right over here, you click on furniture and then you click on the business tab right here at the end. It should present you with the opportunity to buy a business license. But once you place a counter here, you don't need the one with cashier. Just start with a basic one. You're going to want to go ahead and place down your aisles. Now, if you have to, you can start with food aisles, but I highly recommend actually going ahead and beginning with fashion aisles, as that's what worked for me when I first started. Put down as many as you can comfortably afford. Alright, so I just put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 fashion aisles, and that's probably going to be what you guys are starting with, possibly even less. Again, if you have a buddy who donates to you for a business license, make sure you save that money until you can afford the business license, and don't blow it before you got your license or all of this is worthless. So I'm going to have to do something that you guys are not going to have to do as long as you put your business at the front of your house. And I'm going to put a spawner, which basically just makes the customers spawn, and you guys don't have to do this. Don't worry about it, what it costs. You're not going to need to do this as long as you make your business easily accessible at the front of your plot and you have an open door to it. Here you go guys, you can now see that we are making just a little bit of cash right now. As you can see, this lady would like to buy a shirt for 85 bucks, and slowly but surely we are already going here with the clothing. So just sit here in front of your counter, be patient. I even recommend maybe going out, taking a break, getting a bite to eat or drink, and just hanging out, doing some stuff in real life. But make sure you come back every 5 to 10 minutes and make sure that you're restocking your business and you don't run AFK too long so you don't get kicked from the game. Now guys, do be mindful that you don't walk too far away from your cashier's counter or business is going to get extremely slow. So be mindful and make sure that you don't walk away from your cashier's counters unless you have the automated counter that has a cashier that comes with it, in which case it's totally fine. You don't even have to be in the shop. Okay guys, I am back, and as you can see, wow, I stink and my stats are just terrible. I'm basically dead right now. But as you guys can see, we have run the store completely dry. Now, normally I would not want to run it dry. Watch your store, and the moment something goes out of stock, immediately restock that shelf rather than waiting for them all. Instead of there being that loss of business while you wait to restock, you can keep business going and your other shelves will just continue to make you some money. But this is where it hits hard. As you can see, we have made $6,330. It definitely cost a fair bit of money to restock, and we have actually lost quite a bit of money since the last time that we were running the business. And one other thing to be conscious of is don't run your store completely dry and then not restock and go and spend all the money you earned, because then you won't have any money left to restock and you're gonna have to go to work in the game or ask somebody to donate or do something horrible like that in order to get money to get your store going again. Alright, so guys, let's go ahead and say that it's been a little while, maybe a day or so, and we've now made enough money to where we can afford one of these $40,000 electronic stations. Now, this is kind of optional. You don't have to place one of these. This is what I did, though, when I was first starting. I went ahead and I deleted my least expensive aisle, which should be, in your case, and it was in my case, a jewelry aisle. So let's delete that, and then let's put down one electronic section. And now we're going to start to make a little bit more money. Now, guys, the honest truth is you're going to be running in this state for quite a while where you're just slowly upgrading some of your clothing stations to electronics. I don't recommend upgrading them all, just a few, but you're going to be in this state for a while. And as you're making more money, you can, of course, put more clothing and electronic stations down until you've hit that limit of what it will let you buy in terms of aisles without the Game Pass. Okay, guys, so let's pretend that we've gone ahead and grinded our business for around a couple days now. And yes, guys, unfortunately, it is going to take just a couple days of persistent grinding. Do it as much as you can. If you're busy doing work around the house, go ahead and fire up RoVille and just run it AFK, but check every few minutes and make sure that your store is stocked. And that will make you some passive income while you're busy doing other things. Just be patient, be persistent, and you will get there, and it will feel good when you make 100 grand. But what we want to go ahead and do is we want to go into our business, and we're going to want to place a jewelry station. Now, assuming you've got a fair amount of electronic stations and not so many clothing stations now, delete one of your last clothing stations and go ahead and put in a jewelry display. As you can see, it's 100 G's. It's not cheap, but place one of these down. And this is where the big bucks will come in. Look at that. There's a jewelry purchase, $3,000 we just made. Now, remember when I say we're making this money, and when you look at profit here, that's just telling you what you're earning. That does not account for what you're paying back to restock. Even with the jewelry, you're looking at some great sums, and it looks good, and it just gets you hyped when you start to see jewelry cases appearing here, and you start to see people making these expensive purchases. Now, guys, just keep on upgrading your store and slowly start switching from clothing to electronics and adding in some jewelry as you go. Eventually, you'll get to where you pretty much just have jewelry and electronics. Okay, now, guys, I've just been continuing to run my store here, and I've gone ahead and gotten rid of some of those clothing stations, as you can see, and put in some electronics and another jewelry station. And we're now starting to see some real big bucks coming up on screen, some numbers up into the thousands right now. Just upgrade the moment you've got enough money. So the second you see 100,000 down here, again, put in another jewelry station. I do have a heads up for you, and that's that when you do first upgrade to jewelry, it's going to feel like a lot more customers are leaving and not so many customers are buying when you go to a full-on jewelry store. The jewelry is bringing in enough money that well makes up for that and just makes in way more than any of the other different aisles you could have placed. By this point, I recommend putting down another checker. I would put one with a cashier, and then I would delete your current checking station and put another one with a cashier so that you have two checkers. That's going to speed things up and make more money. We're running two checkers, and we don't even have to be near the store because those are both automated, so all the money is rolling in while we can do whatever we want. We can go build and do whatever we want while the money's coming in. All we've got to do is check every once in a while and make sure our store is still stocked. This is when it's really going to feel like you're actually making a difference, and you're really going to feel like you're starting to get rich, and that's because you are. Now, guys, as for running a business, that's pretty much all I can really say as for running your business here. There really isn't too much else that you can actually do once you've got a fully maxed jewelry store, and you're going to be doing really well. You're going to be rolling in the dough once you've got a fully maxed jewelry store. Now that we've gone ahead and fully covered getting started, running, and growing your business, let's actually talk about now comparing a business to a job in this game. I'll close my business right now, and now I'm going to go ahead and have no customers actually. Okay, guys, so here we have it. Just to prove how much more a business makes than a working job in RoVille, I've gone ahead and actually decided to divide what we made by the clothing store by 12. I've decided to divide that 8,100 we made from clothing by 12, and that gets us 675. So even if we take 1/12 of what our clothing store made us and compare that to the bank, which only made us 448 again in 1 minute, we still are making far more than we would have made by getting a level 7 job in RoVille. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope this video helped you out. Good luck starting your own business and building your own buildings inside of RoVille. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. Goodbye everyone.